SME is supplying a raw material to a major manufacturing company.
Okay.
To get in would require them going through a certain process. What some of these manufacturing companies and oil and gas companies have done is to step it down so that
to accommodate
them. One, to work with banks, and a number of the oil companies have done that, to provide financing for at least the first set of projects they will do while servicing either the oil companies or the manufacturing companies. So it's not exactly
interesting.
Banks.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. How are the nominations made? Can I nominate my company, for instance?
Well, at this final stage, yes. We have the online category, because we're trying to get the general public to understand that corporate social responsibility, sustainability is not something that lives only in the sphere of corporate organizations, but everybody has to understand, because this is the age of consumerism. And what does that mean? It means that people who patronize organizations have reached that point where everybody wants information and act on the basis of this information. So we have an online category that opened, I think, last week, where Nigerians can go. Not only Nigerians, people from all over Africa can go there and look at the organizations that have entered this year and cast your vote for which one you think should be the winner of the online overall, the online category. But besides that, it's actually an entry-based award. We opened entries sometime in April, and we put it on different platforms across Africa, and we received, at the last count, at least 85 organizations from around Africa who entered, because the process of entry includes you, and we enforce that actually, where you give us every information that we request, so that it places everybody on an equal pedestal at the start. And from those, it include things like if you've invested in community, proof that you have, like videos, pictures. And when we close the entries, we have a verification team made up of staff, partners like the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, bearing in mind that one of the criteria we're using for judging is the ISO 26000, besides the GRI, which is a global one. And we get all that verification, go to locations. And this year, it might interest you to note that we didn't only visit locations across Nigeria, we also had the opportunity to get our partners also verify projects that are outside Africa, so that when the judges, who are made up of technocrats and I don't know what to call them, activists or moralists, the people who are the conscience of society, but who also have experience, who sit on the 8th and 9th of this week to look at all the entries according to the categories, then vote. Then on the awards nights, which it happens to be on the 11th, Friday the 11th of November, the winners will be announced at the awards dinner.
So when these judges sit and look at these 85 organizations that have put in their entries, what would they be looking out for in those companies that will get the award?
I think the first thing they'll be looking out for is, one, connection to your entry to the theme for this year, and which is sustainability and the future of Africa, organizations as game changers. By that alone, what you're looking at is that they'll be looking at for innovation.
Sustainability?
Innovation. How innovative you're.
No, the theme.
The theme. Sustainability and the future of Africa. Organizations as game changers. And this at this point in global economy, I think the thematic focus is quite instructive. Recession doesn't only reside with us in Nigeria these days, but most parts of the economy have taken one hit or another based on, what is going on globally. And there's this argument people have always said that we have 6 to 7 billion people now, and don't worry, we'll take care of ourselves. You know how we wake up on this part of the world and think, but the reality that we face,
God
will look after everybody.
Yes.
But the reality of the world is that if consumption continues at the rate at which it is right now, by the time we get to 2050, we are going to require 4 planets to take care of, to be able to contain the human beings and the need arising from their activities. So they're looking at impact of this intervention that these companies have put together, and I think also reach. Okay, and they also be taking decisions based on first-hand verification, because in the verification processes, you're not just taking what the company sent in. You're going to the communities.
You're checking them
you
out.
have pictures, you have videos, you're interacting with, getting interviews with people who benefited or who live around, you know, and.
Because
so
if it's just all about the companies coming to say, this is what I have done, and that's it, then you may not be able to verify all of their claims.
No, if that was the case,
yes.
that would have been it. But
anybody can cook up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a desktop exercise. Yeah. Witness testimony is one of the very big platform on the basis of which the judges make the assessment.
Okay. So it's taking place on the 11th, 11/11. Where?
Shell Hall Museum Center.
Okay. Time?
6 p.m.
Okay. If anybody were watching now who wanted to be part of this, maybe for next time, what should they do?
The first thing I would ask is, it would be nice we still have spaces, people can come and experience it. And when we say organization and game changers, we all in society ought to be game changers, because we are the part of our existence unilaterally where we need ideas that reduces the suffering, that creates opportunities, that promotes responsible consumption. And I think that if we come to a hall where people from across Africa are gathering to celebrate those who have gotten it right, perhaps, just perhaps, something will ting in our memory or in our brains that will give us an idea of how we can become part of this movement to make this world a sustainable world. And maybe at this point I would also like to mention that we are expecting the president of Botswana, whom the judges picked as the sustainability champion for 2016. And the reason why this award is being given to him is that Botswana, as tiny as they are in terms of resources and everything, they scored the highest in the MDG goals rating that ended in December 2015, according to the UN rating.
Okay, so good luck. The SERAS CSR Awards, the founder, Ken Egbas, as well as a member of the Board of Trustees, Greg Amaikwe. Thank you very much for coming, and good luck at your awards next week.
Thank you very much.
Sunrise will be back in a short while with another interesting conversation. Make sure you're part of it.